Michael Carbonaro and Julianne Hough. Give it up, everybody. Our next guest grew up on a farm in a super small rural Mississippi town. It's hard for me to say rural. And it's a super small town with her uncle tending their land. When she grew up, she joined the Army, went to college, and eventually moved to Atlanta. But she never forgot about her hometown. And in 2015, she returned to take over her family farm. But she did even more for the community, opening just the second grocery store in her 620 square mile county. It's crazy. Now, not only is she feeding her town, she's also providing a local place for farmers to sell their crops. That's what we call Rad Human, y'all. All right, so from Pharmacy Marketplace, say hi to Marquitris, everybody. Coolest name ever. And meet Julianne, meet Michael.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
you so much. Nice to meet you.
So you got to tell us a little about where you grew up.
Okay, so I grew up, as you said, in a really small rural town in the Mississippi Delta. It's about, as you said, about 15,000 people. Yeah. And I inherited my family farm. And when I did that,
so cool.
I wanted to go, it was important for me as a fourth-generation farmer to go back to my community and farm. There's so many black farmers in that area. So it was really important for me as a black woman and a veteran and a farmer to go back into my community, because a lot of the loss of farming businesses caused the issue of lack of food or it being a food desert.
Yeah, and I should have said this in the very beginning, but thank you so much for serving our country and for sacrificing for us. That's the biggest and coolest thing you could ever do with your life, so thank you for that. I didn't mean to step on that. But how did you come up with the idea to open Pharmacy Marketplace? When did that?
Oh yeah, so it's crazy because as I go back and I'm farming and I want to take a break and get something to eat, and literally I'd have to drive 20 miles just to get fresh food. If I want a salad or something light, I'd literally have to drive 20 miles to the nearest grocery store. I mean, it didn't seem normal when I was growing up, but it's normal now. And my 86-year-old grandmother has to drive 20 miles to get groceries. And I felt like it shouldn't have had to be that way. And on the other hand, we have hundreds of farmers, small farmers with tons of food that they can't get rid of because they have no market. So it seems like a perfect fit. Open a grocery store, I could help farmers as well as bring food to this food desert.
Absolutely, and then help with waste as well, so that didn't go to waste.
Yes, definitely help to eliminate food waste.
Absolutely. How much do y'all get into like shopping local or anything? Y'all, I mean, if you live here, I feel like a lot of people do that.
It's my favorite thing. I mean, to be able to go down to the farmer's market and like go and see the different local farms, and whether it's for produce or for meat, whatever it might be, I try to do my part as much as I can.
Yeah. No, I do feel like this city does a good job of that, of like supporting the local. And I feel like what you're doing needs to happen everywhere, because farmers do suffer because there's a lot of waste that happens. They don't know where to put their product, and sometimes, you know, probably financially, it's like, is it worth it? You know, all of that. So, well, I hear the whole community stepped up when you started this, right?
Oh yeah.
They got into it?
They've been really great. So, when I first bought the building, it used to be an old dollar store, but it sat vacant on and off for like 20 some odd years, and it needed a lot of work. And the community had come to me and basically told me, we need this, and they showed and proved. Anything that I needed, they were there.
Because you're helping the entire community.
Yes, and I couldn't have done it without them. And we finally opened back in October. And we still have the community there supporting. My mom works there 8 hours a day volunteering. Her time, she's a big supporter. I have my 7th grade, 70-year-old social studies teacher that's there spending 8 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
It's really great. It's really great.
Well, this is a huge boost for local farmers, which is incredible, but that's not the only way that you're helping them, right?
Right, no. So we try and get about 25% of our food from local farmers, but being that it's rural and I mean, all the resources are so spaced out. My nonprofit, In Her Shoes, we provide support to local farmers in helping them to get education and other resources to be able to enter into those retail markets. And that's what we're basically trying to provide right now, more support to help them increase their income and sustain over time. And we're hoping to be able to do more of these grocery stores in other rural communities that they'll be able to put their food in and expand their businesses.
Yeah, and you're right. Like education, that presents opportunity.
Yes.
Like, and then it goes from there.
Right, 'cause it's like
So important.
the average farmer in rural Mississippi is like 59 years old. They're not working computers or doing marketing and advertising. They just want to grow food.
Yeah.
So
and we need those people.
we definitely need them,
Yeah.
but we also need to help them to be able to maximize that work that they're putting into and be able to sustain over time, and that financial helping them to create their financial structure so that they can do that.
And to not be
what we
taken
do.
advantage of.
Exactly, like they've
Yeah.
been in the past.
Yeah. Well, we love how you're helping your community, and we want to see you do even more. And that's why we are giving In Her Shoes $5,000 just to help out, because we think what you're doing is so rad. It's so cool. And this should be implemented in so many different communities. I think it would create such great change. Thank you for being this example. Thank you for serving. No, you look beautiful, even when you're crying. You look beautiful.